have Gizmo and Erwin here, so we are like double blessed with this video. I think it's gonna be a good one. Hi, I'm Caitlin, and welcome back to the Lit Review. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about episode 4 of my Romancing the Tarot series. So excited. If this is your first time seeing anything about this, my Romancing the Tarot series comes from a deep love of both all things romance novel, but also the world of reality dating TV. So things like The Bachelor, Love Island, like I eat that stuff up. I bought this gorgeous tarot set off of a Kickstarter program, and this is the Final Rose Tarot. It is inspired by a love of all things Bachelor, all things reality dating show. So I went through and made prompts for every single tarot card in this deck, and I pull according to a system. I will go ahead and put a little graphic here. I've also circled where we are at today. So we will be doing polls for another one-on-one and our final group date of the season. And I can double up on as many prompts as I want, but I do need a handful of books to kind of accomplish the group date. And then a one-on-one is exactly what it sounds like, one prompt per book. And I either have to like give it a rose bookmark or not. And then I have one rose bookmark that will get given to a book from the group date stage, and anything that gets a rose bookmark will be in contention for my best romance read of the season. But before I get into all of that, I need to do a recap of episode 3 where we did our group date and a one-on-one. Let's recap episode 3. No reviews or summaries here, but I'll just like tell you what the prompt was, what my overall rating was, and tell you what got the rose bookmark. So for my group date, I again read 4 books for like with 5 prompts. So I read Prime Minister, which is by Ainsley Booth and Sadie Haller. And the prompt for Prime Minister that this fulfilled was a book with BDSM elements. The whole series has some degree of elements of BDSM. I will say this one felt like fairly tame. I gave it 3 stars. Then I had to read a book with a badass female main character. So think assassin, lady knight, spy, some kind of something. And for that, I read A Hope Divided by Alyssa Cole. I gave this 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I double dipped with this next book. I read book 2 in the Twisted series. So Anna Huang's Twisted Games was my selection for both read a royal romance and a contemporary romance. So I gave this one 3.5 stars. I liked it more than book 1 in the series. Fourth and finally, the one I gave my rose bookmark to for last month's pick was Her Night with the Duke by Diana Quincy. This fulfilled the prompt of a love triangle, and boy, howdy was it good. I didn't think I was going to enjoy a historical love triangle quite like this before, but quite simply, the female main character sold me on this entire book. It was my first Diana Quincy, but it will not be my last. I also gave this 4 stars, so that's why A Hope Divided and Her Night with the Duke were in like close contention for the rose bookmark. It was a really close call. I think if I could take 2, I would take both of them, but Her Night with the Duke just edged out A Hope Divided, just a tiniest smidge. And then for my one-on-one, in order to fulfill the prompt of a book that had some type of jewelry on the cover, I read You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty by Akweke Emezi. That one, they got the bookmark, y'all. Like, it was a fantastic one-on-one. It is, I think, potentially going to be hardcore in the running for the best romance of the season because, wow, right in the feels. I gave it 4.5 stars. Okay, so just like episode 3, we're going to have our last big group date poll from the box. So this is our deck, and just like, I'm gonna give it like the lightest of shuffles here. I'm just gonna put some intention into, I wanna find a really knockout romance read. I want a book that is going to knock my socks off and make me feel all the feels. And then I will pull 5 cards, and then at the end, I also pull another one-on-one for this round, so I will kind of separate those out a little bit. In order to do this, I'm gonna pull all 5 of my prompts first. I also have my written list. I feel like I need to make this more official and like laminate it or something. Let's do it. Let's pull this thing. So pull number 1 for our group date. This is the 7 of Rings, and it is For the Right Reasons. I'm gonna have to look up exactly what that prompt is. Okay, so For the Right Reasons is an indie or a self-published novel. That's gonna be easy. I have plenty of those. This is exciting though. I love a good indie or self-pub. It's totally the right reason to pick up a romance. Pull number 2. You'll get your turn. All right, this is number 19, Paradise. Oh my gosh, I love all the foolishness of things like Bachelor in Paradise and Love Island, so this is great. What are you as a prompt though? Like, you're a very pretty card, but what are you as a prompt? Oh, this makes sense. Past me, doing me a solid. This is a vacation romance. I have to read a romance set in some, or like where the characters are taking a vacation or in some kind of vacation destination. Prompt number 3. Oh, this is pretty. Number 8, Opening Up. Oh. So Opening Up, as I'm looking down at my list, is I have to read a book with a cinnamon roll main character. That's gonna be tricky because I actually, like, I don't know. I guess maybe in the descriptions you can find that somebody's like a cinnamon roll MC. And then prompt number 4. Ooh, the 7 of Roses is drama. Drama is angst or a separation plot. So it can be either or both. Ooh, maybe I'll find both. So like an angsty read or a book where the main characters have been separated for some reason. Drama. Last pull for the group date. Who's getting that date card? The Knight of Roses. Oh, the front runner. The front runner. Check this out. Okay. Ooh, I'm looking down at my list, and the front runner is a book that has been on the bestseller list. A book that has been on the bestseller list. We will come back to this deck briefly for the one-on-one, but let's talk about the group date real quick. Part of the reason I'm going to separate them out is because I always feel like when I pull the one-on-one in the one other time that I've done this, I was like, oh, I could double dip with other prompts. Like, no, it needs to be its own separate thing. I actually think I can do these 5 prompts in 3 books. So let's see. Case in point, a vacation or a destination romance that has also been on the bestseller list. I think I can make this work. It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. You could potentially call me on the fact that it's not really a vacation, that she's like sent to live somewhere, but I think it's kind of like a touristy town, if I'm not wrong. Maybe? Yeah, it's a small town. Okay, so not a tourist town. This, I might be stretching it a little bit here. I'm stretching it. That doesn't feel right. I need a vacation romance. All right, hold. This is a bestseller list though, so this will definitely work for the front runner. So this is our pairing here. So maybe 4 books. I always do it in 4. I don't know why I think I'm gonna be able to do it in less. I do know for sure what I want for one that will be a double up prompt. 100%. Because I've been wanting to read it. But I do want to read What Was Meant to Be by QB Tyler. I think QB Tyler does angst better than like anybody else. And where'd it go? I just dropped a card, dang it. She's also a like self-pub indie author. So she will work for 2 different prompts here. And so What Was Meant to Be, father's best friend broke my heart. 3 years ago, Jacob Price walked away, that they were too complicated, that they were wrong, that they were messy. So there's an age gap, and QB Tyler does an exquisite age gap. And so also a separation plot where there's been some time apart, there's feelings, there's a past there. Come back, Jacob Price has come back, he still wants me, he still loves me, but I'm engaged to another man. Whew. Yeah. Boy, did I nail the drama pick. I'm excited about this, friends. Ooh, boy. I have another option for at least one of these cards, but let me see if I can find a vacation romance that I can double dip with, and I can maybe make this work. Okay. I think I am gonna have to do this in 4 because I'm unclear on whether or not the book I found that will satisfy a vacation romance is technically a bestseller or not. I admittedly did not skim very far. I just did a quick Google. And it is popular. I've definitely been wanting to read it, but I pulled Dial A for Aunties by Jessie Q. Sutanto. She's seen some things. This poor book got Target stickered, and I need to take like a gentle care of Gooby Gone. Madeline Chan accidentally kills a blind date, and she, her mom, her meddlesome mother, and her meddlesome aunties help get rid of the body, except whoopsies. They sent the body in a cooler to the wedding, the destination wedding that they're all supposed to be catering. Things get really just painfully weird and difficult when Meddy's great college love and biggest heartbreak shows up at this billionaire wedding. So it's like a rom-com mystery, and there's enough romance in here that I think we can make this work. It sounds like chaos, and I'm also here for it. This will go with Paradise, and then the Tessa Bailey, It Happened One Summer, will be the bestseller list because I know that one has lingered for a while. And then I have one more. What else am I missing? Oh, I'm missing Opening Up. Oh, the Cinnamon Roll MC. That's right. So there are a couple that I considered for this because I don't know for sure how to judge a Cinnamon Roll MC when I haven't read it. I'm going purely based on other people's recommendations. So the ones that I also have back here on my priority shelf that were contenders were After Hours on Milagros Street by Angelina M. Lopez, The Heart Principle by Helen Huang. I do want to read both of those, but something was calling me. I hope there's a Cinnamon Roll MC. I'm going particularly off of the pull quote for this. This is The Fastest Way to Fall by Denise Williams. I got this from Authentic Books. Yes, this little thing comes off. But the pull quote from Emily Henry says, warm, fuzzy, and ridiculously cute. So I'm hoping that means Cinnamon Roll main character is somewhere in this. My first Denise Williams too, so that's exciting. I love being able to do new authors in this series. So that's going to be my one for Opening Up. So it is going to be 4 books. Can't break the curse of that. I was so freaking proud of myself when I thought I could do it. But this is a dope stack. Like, I'm really excited about this stack of books. So this will be my group date for episode 4. And then we have to pull a one-on-one. So one of these books will advance to the best romance read of the season. This is going to be a hard stack of books, y'all. Like, I can feel that this one's going to make me work for it. And then the one-on-one, which we'll pull right now together, that's like a use it or lose it. Like, if I have to either want to give it a bookmark or not. Okay. All right. Just one pull here. Not going to reshuffle, just going to keep pulling from the top. 7 of Flutes, The Edit. Well, I know what that means in reality TV terms. What does that mean for my series here, though? Oh, again, very proud of Past Me. The Edit is a showbiz or reality-themed romance. So it would have to be like a famous person. A celebrity romance would work. Something set in Hollywood with actors, producers, music professionals, like anything would kind of work for a showbiz. Or there's like a minor trend of like reality themed romances. I have several back here on the shelf. So this is the part of the Meant to Be novel. So they're all like written by different authors in this series, but they're all like retellings or inspired by Disney movies, Disney stories. So this one is like loosely a Cinderella retelling. Cindy is a young plus size fashion designer who has to move back in with her stepmother, Erica Tremaine. Very rewarding. These books have been very rewarding so far with Disney experiences, but they're also wholly uniquely themselves. So Erica Tremaine is the executive producer for the world's biggest reality dating show. When a slot on Before Midnight needs filling at the last minute, Cindy is thrust into the spotlight. So she's the first and only plus size contestant that's ever been on Before Midnight, and it turns her into this icon overnight. But she actually starts to feel feelings for the Prince Charming of the show, despite all of the unpleasant trappings of her stepmother's reality dating show. This sounds adorable, and I think it fits the edit really, really well. Excited about this one. I have high hopes, honestly, for this as a one-on-one, purely because I loved Kiss the Girl so much. And I know it's a different author. It's a totally different set of parameters, but I was so inspired by how that book kind of was in the Disney world of it all without losing its own uniqueness and like fun retelling. I will go into this with some clear expectations because Kiss the Girl, no spice whatsoever. That was a like fade to black situation, so I need to set my expectations similarly. I'm excited about this though. Okay, so once again, this will be my one-on-one date, and this will either be a fit or it'll fail. And then I have my 4 other books that are part of the group date. So 5 prompts, 4 books, and only one of these will be getting a rose bookmark at the end. I will update the story graph challenge, which I will link below in my description box. This is where I have kind of built out the different prompts that if you also want to read books to fulfill these different prompts, feel free to double dip as often as you like going through this. But if you'd like to go through your romance collection, I didn't say this at the beginning of the video, but part of why I started this whole series is it was like a fun, gamey way for me to read more of the romance books that I own. So it's specifically me trying to prioritize the books that I already own and haven't read yet in order to find what I like. I've also found that I have happily unhauled a lot of things throughout this process. Thank you for spending time with me. I hope you have a fantastic reading day or night, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Hold on, girl, now wait just a minute. I've got something to say, you should hear it. Oh, I'm happy to make time.